Hi, this is Jenna.
This is Heather.
And this is Conspiracies Unlocked. And I have a super fun episode today. And it's going to be part of many episodes to come. And I've already done an episode kind of like this prior, where I unlocked the Rugrats conspiracy.
Oh, yeah.
In a bonus-sode. One of our earlier episodes, maybe episode like 20s or 30s. But I came across all these fan theories, and there are just so many, and some of them aren't so complex, so they don't need their own like episode. Rugrats definitely did, but yeah, I just want to go through a couple of them, and maybe we'll do a couple every so often, because they're just super fun, and they're fun to like, I don't know, I like it. So first one that I'm gonna start off with is Malcolm in the Middle. Do you remember that show with Frankie Muniz? It came out in like mid-2000s, early 2000s.
So I used to actually love watching that show.
Did
that
you?
was one of my favorite shows.
Cool. I only caught a couple episodes. I didn't really watch too many of them, but I get the idea that there's 4 brothers, right? And Malcolm is in the middle.
Yeah, he's right? Malcolm in the middle.
Yeah.
He's got middle child syndrome.
Yeah, but there should be 2 brothers that are in the middle, but the other one wasn't in the middle enough, I guess. I thought the other brother was cuter.
Oh.
The one with the brown hair. Not the oldest brother, but the one that was the other brother that was in the middle.
I'm trying to remember what he looked like. I'm just imagining the little brother for some reason right
anyways, so Bryan Cranston plays the dad.
Oh, yeah.
Who also plays Walter White on Breaking Bad.
Another show that I like, Breaking Bad.
So I just watched that last year, and I love that show. So I finally watched it. I know it's so bad, but anyways, I should have watched it years ago.
It's really good, but you know what? I never realized that he played the father in Malcolm in the Middle, but he did,
way younger.
Yeah.
And then they made him look worse, I think, in Breaking Bad, obviously, because he's like a drug pin, and he's like,
and he's like dying of cancer.
He's like dying of cancer, all that stuff just aged him really bad.
Oh, for sure.
Anyways, so the theory goes that Malcolm in the mid, Malcolm is actually Walter White as a child. So Malcolm, they never say what their last name is in the show, I guess. Mm-hmm. And it wouldn't be uncommon for Malcolm to grow up to look like his father.
True, yeah.
And that Walter's name is Frankie's grandfather's name in Malcolm in the Middle. Malcolm's grandfather, if I say Frankie Muniz.
I know what you mean.
Malcolm's grandfather's name in Malcolm in the Middle. So he could have been Malcolm Walter White. And so he just dropped Malcolm and did Walter White when he got older.
Wow, that's a good theory. I like that. That's interesting.
So maybe that's his older nickname.
So that's like his whole backstory then.
Yeah, how he grew up and stuff. And in Breaking Bad, you never see his family. You only see his wife's family, his wife's sister.
You don't really see his family.
No, his family never comes around.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember all of the episodes. I don't remember.
I just watched it last year. You don't see his family.
Yeah.
He's like estranged from them. So let's go on to Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad is supposedly the prequel to Walking Dead.
Ooh, another show I like. I never finished it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I got pretty far into it, and then I didn't finish it. Only because I started watching something else that came out. I don't even remember what it was. And then I just never went back to finish it. But I did like it.
Yeah, I did that with Better Call Saul. I do that with all sorts of shows. Yeah. I always do that. Or because it's on a different platform. You forget to go back to that platform, and then you find it years later. I did that with Yellowstone. I love Yellowstone.
Oh, yeah.
But I haven't seen the last 2 seasons because I keep forgetting to go back to the Paramount platform or the Peacock platform or whatever it's on.
Which is kind of fun because now that we talked about this, it makes me want to finish it,
Yeah, but when are you going to have time? So I even have a joke with Brad. I'm like, we were watching a TV show. What was it? It had Julia Stiles in it. It was called The Lake. And we had 1 episode left, and it's really good. You should watch it. Google it, The Lake.
Yeah.
And it had one episode left. And
it's a TV series?
It's a TV series.
Oh, okay.
It has 2 seasons.
Okay.
And I was like, we were about to go to the desert or do something. And I was like, well, we better finish this. We only have one episode left because if we don't sit down and finish it, we'll never finish it because by the time we get back, we'll forget we ever even watched this.
Yeah.
And we'll never find out what happens. So, okay. Moving forward. Oh, so sorry.
No,
I didn't even finish.
Yeah, we were still talking about that. It was The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. I never watched the show, but apparently it's about like the zombie apocalypse or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts with blue meth in the second episode. And it looks really familiar to Walter White's Blue Meth. So pure and blue.
Oh, yeah.
So the fan theory is that Breaking Bad, Walter, like his meth strain, his meth started the zombie apocalypse. So he started as Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh my god.
Became a drug pin in Breaking Bad and caused zombies in The Walking Dead.
That's funny. That's
it ties so many shows together.
It would be funny to watch them all in a sequence
and see how
it progresses.
This poor kid. We just don't find out like what happens in his 20s, how he meets his wife and stuff. We need an in between.
Yeah. Oh, maybe somebody will come out with that.
Yeah. So that was 3 shows. Another one that I thought would be fun is SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows SpongeBob SquarePants.
Who lives on a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants.
Okay, so he lives actually in Bikini Bottom.
Yes.
Which they say is it takes place. Bikini Bottom is under a nuclear test site.
Oh.
And that's why the sea animals and all that, they're like talking and they've mutated from the chemicals that were spilled and the radiation from the nuclear test site.
That sounds like, yeah, I could see that.
Bikini Bottom was actually inspired by Bikini Atoll, which was actually a real testing site. And one of the writers or creators had said that it was actually...
Oh.
It was a fan theory that turned to be real.
Oh, so that's true.
It really is, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, that makes sense because then there's plankton and he's all like deranged.
Yeah.
Probably because like the chemicals are getting to him.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know who that is, but yeah.
He's the one that he's always trying to get the recipe from Mr. Crab from the Krusties.
Is that the
Krusty Krab?
Yeah, is Plankton the one that lives
he's
next door?
He's like little plankton.
Oh, he's
with like one eye.
Oh, how funny!
And he's like always trying to get the secret recipe for the hamburgers.
For the
Krusty Krab.
I've never liked SpongeBob, but the boys, I know Zane loved it. The boys love it. And when Zane was little, I wouldn't let him. I hated it. I would be like, turn that shit off. I don't want to see it.
Oh my god!
But we go to fairs, and I always bring him home stuff like the SpongeBob. I'd win him SpongeBob stuff. So we have all the stuffed animals. We have the merchandise. I was just like, ew. He walked in the other day, and because I bought the boys' DVDs for the desert, he walks in the other day, and I'm sitting and watching it with them because it was the imagination episode.
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen the meme so many times, so I was like, I want to watch this episode. Yeah. He walks in, and me and Dylan are sitting on the couch watching this SpongeBob. He's like, what the fuck, Jenna? You wouldn't let me watch this when I was a kid, and now you're watching it? And I'm like, it's this one episode. Like, I know who the characters are, kind of, like the main ones, but... I don't know the details of the show.
I saw the movie in the movie theaters.
Yeah, Max was watching the movie.
And I dated a guy in my early 20s that loved SpongeBob. He had like posters on his wall.
It's so weird.
He had, like the little SpongeBob that you press it and it like sings. And
oh my god, it's so fucking weird.
My kids love SpongeBob.
I was in 7th grade when it came out because it's been out since 1997 or 98.
Oh yeah, it's been around for a long time. Yeah,
ever. And
I have to admit, like he is kind of annoying though, SpongeBob.
Yeah, the whole
it's annoying, but it's funny. Like it's the voices and stuff are kind of like nails on a chalkboard. But if you watch like the jokes and stuff and you really like sit through it, it's pretty fun. It is really funny.
Yeah, the imagination one was cute. It took me like 30 minutes to watch the 12-minute episode though because of fucking kids, but whatever.
Right.
So, on to the next thing. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. This is
classic.
I loved this movie.
Isn't that a John Hughes movie?
Of course it is.
Okay.
And so this is one of my like first 80s movies that I ever like really watched and loved.
Yeah.
And so I love it. Anyways, so in this, Cameron, Ferris Bueller's best friend, is actually like, you know how in the beginning of the movie Ferris is like, hey, we're gonna do a sick day, and Cameron's like, no, I'm fucking sick, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm really fucking sick. And,
yeah.
And then he's like, I'm not going, I am. He's the whole like wanting to go but not. So apparently Cameron is actually just the whole day he's having a fever dream, and he made up Ferris to be the guy that he wishes, the popular guy he wishes he was.
Oh my gosh.
And Sloane, Ferris's girlfriend, is a girl that he has a crush on.
So it's not even real.
And he makes Ferris like cool enough to get the girl, and things that like Cameron himself could never imagine actually doing for himself.
Yeah. Okay, I can kind of see that happening.
It's a whole new twist on it, huh?
It makes me think of like, I want to rewatch that one now too. I've watched that one 1,000,000 times though. This
one is a pretty like. I was gonna stop there, but we have time for more, so I'm gonna do a few more.
Do more.
I know, it's fun when you get into it and you're like, oh my god, that could totally work.
Well, I'm loving it because I know all these shows, because I had no idea what shows she was going to talk about.
Yeah.
She just told me, like, the idea of this episode, or bonus-ode, whatever we want to call it. Probably is going to be an episode at this rate. And, now listening to the shows, I'm like, I know that one. A lot of times I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, I know this stuff.
Yeah. So, no, it's super fun. There's so like any you can find a conspiracy on any TV show. Like I'll probably do a Disney special because there's so many conspiracies within the Disney movies because they try to put the Easter eggs in all the different movies, so it's easy to tie them together, and fans have just gone fucking apeshit over this, and they always have, even before the Easter eggs were in them. Excuse me. But, so, yeah, you can do it on pretty much any movie, I think, and so I only spent about 20 minutes, like, researching this stuff. Like, it was there's just so much of it, and I only went to a couple different sites. Like there's just so much more out there.
Yeah.
That's gonna blow our minds. I know it. So, next one up is Grease, the movie Grease. Sandy and Danny Zuko.
Yep.
The 1950s Grease movie. I think came out in the 70s.
With John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. Yeah.
So this one I've heard before. You might have heard it too. Sandy and Danny actually die in the beginning of Grease during their summer loving like thing in the beginning when they're at the beach.
Oh, I've never heard it. I've never heard that. No.
Danny even says when he's singing "Summer Lovin' Had Me a Blast," that song.
Yeah.
I saved her life. She nearly drowned, but she actually did drown.
Oh.
So.
Wow.
They're saying that, so the whole year was just her meeting back up with Danny to go to heaven with him at the end of the movie their progression to, like, be together and then go to heaven together, and that's why they're in the flying car at the end.
They are in a flying car.
I know, it never made sense, but, so that's what the theory is. And I've heard that before, so it's not new to me.
So they're, like, driving off to heaven.
Yep. A lot of these shows are a lot of these conspiracies are a lot about getting to heaven, their gateway to heaven, they die in the beginning, they're trying to go somewhere, like, you know.
Okay.
A lot of these theories, I've noticed a lot of TV shows are, the theories are pretty grim.
Well, I guess it has a happy ending if they get to go to heaven, I don't know.
Better than hell, I guess.
I never knew that. So that makes me think of that whole movie differently now.
Yeah.
Because
a lot of these we have to go back and rewatch and see if it actually sticks.
Well, because she was like the innocent girl, and then she turned kind of rebel badass to get his attention because he kind of like blew her off, and then he totally was like, ooh, now she's like a pink lady, and she's all like badass. So then it got his attention again, and it was just kind of like the whole relationship was kind of like a roller coaster. And then at the end, they're together and they drive away. So it could be, yeah.
So, Next one up is Titanic.
Oh, we've talked about Titanic before.
Well, yeah, we've talked about it. This is the movie.
This is the movie, yeah.
Supposedly, Jack is from the future to save Rose from jumping off the ship. Do you remember that's when he meets her? She's about to jump off the ship because she wants to drown and die.
Yeah, that's like their
cute meet.
Yeah.
You taught me that word.
I think it's meet cute.
Meet cute. I don't know. You're the one. You're the one that taught it to me.
Yeah, meet cute.
When we were like we were watching Miss Pettigrew or whatever.
Miss Pettigrew lives for a day.
Yeah. When we were living together 11, 12 years ago.
Drinking our wine with flies in it.
Oh, we were ghetto. We didn't care. We fished them out. They weren't flies. They were gnats. So she's like, oh, this is their meet cute. And I'm like, what the fuck is a meet cute or something? And that's how I learned that word. So anyways.
But we should say, if you have not watched Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day,
watch it to the full extent with like the subtitles on, because if you miss like one line, she talks so fast too. If you miss one line, it'll be sad for you. Every line that she says is hilarious.
You have to watch it. It has Amy Adams stars in it.
I think that's really the only famous person.
Oh, no, there's one girl with that voice.
Oh, yeah, she was on Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Everybody called you when I finally watched Harry Potter.
She's been in other stuff, too. I mean, they've all been in stuff,
yeah.
But I don't know. I can't really think of her name.
Yeah, so, anyways, back to Titanic.
She was Myrtle, the ghost Myrtle.
Yes, on Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Myrtle, the bathroom.
Yeah.
The bathroom, yeah. So he needed Rose to live for whatever reason. Jack needed Rose to continue on and not die.
Yeah.
Right? And because he knew about things that were not constructed yet, like the roller coaster on Santa Monica Pier was not there when the Titanic sank.
And he talked about that?
And he talks about it, and then he also talks about Lake Wissota, and that isn't constructed until the 20s. Way later.
Oh, that's weird.
And also, he also needed the Titanic to crash. Because had she jumped, the Titanic would have stopped its course and stayed where she was, to find her body.
Oh, yeah. They'd have to do a search and rescue.
They would have to do something. It would change, and ultimately it wouldn't crash. It might not have crashed, and it would have changed the entire history of, like, America, like, the world, the banking system, because so many famous people were on the ship.
Titanic.
That died.
Yes.
So many bankers, so many rich people that, like, it would have changed the whole course of everything.
So if she would have jumped off and committed suicide,
then the Titanic, I mean, of course, this is all fake, guys. So, like, the Titanic, like, this Jack and Rose are not real.
In the movie. No,
some people, some people actually believe that Jack and Rose were real people and that it was based on a true story.
No, but the Titanic movie, it did have people that...
Yeah, the Unsinkable, Molly Brown.
Yeah, there was people.
Real people, the captain and all that. But this is like a side story that wasn't real.
That's probably why people thought that Jack and Rose were real.
Yeah, maybe.
But there could have been a girl named Rose that was rich on this ship. I mean, come on. There could have been a Jack on the ship, but it wasn't like their love story.
The flaw would have been, how could Jack have gone back in time if he died on the Titanic? He would have died back in time, so how would he have gone to the future? So it's one of those, like, time travel weird things.
The universe?
Yeah, something weird. So, and then that begs the question, maybe Jack went back multiple times in order to keep Rose alive while keeping the Titanic on the course of crashing.
Yeah.
So it would take a couple times,
Sorry.
Bless me.
Hold on. Sorry. They usually only come in threes.
Of course they do.
Did we mention we're sick?
Are we better now?
I don't know, my whole body.
At least yours goes out. Mine is like an inward sneeze when I sneeze.
No, mine is really bad. I think I'm gonna sneeze.
And we're back. I think that Heather has gotten her sneezies out. Sneezies.
Hopefully.
So I just have one more. The rest of the ones that I did were all Disney, so that's why I just want to kind of do a Disney episode sometime in the future. This one is Scooby-Doo. And it's not Disney.
No, I'm laughing because, like, I'm all sneezy and you're all coughing.
I know, and we're just powering through this shit. So Scooby-Doo. I think that there's a lot more theories with this than just this one theory, but and so I'll probably hit on Scooby-Doo again because I feel like I've heard a bunch of other ones, but anyway, supposedly they all got in the van, the Mystery Machine, and they were actually headed towards Canada to escape the draft for the 1969 Vietnam War.
Oh.
So Fred was the one that was like getting drafted, and so obviously his girlfriend wanted to go with him, Daphne.
Yeah.
And then Shaggy and Velma were like the hippies are all against it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm sorry guys. We're gonna have to cut this now. We're all done. I think we're on our last leg here.
I know, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze again. It's because having trouble breathing. So.
Let's just end this now.
So sorry.
We're doing great. We did great. We did this. So that's our TV movie conspiracies, fan theories. They're really interesting. We'll do a couple more of them at least, if not a lot more of them, because I think that they're so interesting and they really make you look at movies a different way and from a different perspective and stuff. So.
I really want to hear all the Disney ones, so we'll definitely have to circle back to that, at least.
Yeah,
at least that
sure.
one.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening. We hope that you have a wonderful evening, day, whatever time you're listening to this. And winter's coming, so stock up on your NyQuil and DayQuil because we're going through it right now.
I was just going to say, this is your reminder to start taking your emergency now.
Yeah, my husband had, like, every time like I cough or anything, he's like, here, kids. Take some emergency with little gummies.
Yeah.
And he keeps having the kids, like, he's like, I'm giving it to them 3 times a day. And I'm like, why are you giving them to them at night? Like, vitamins make kids stay awake. And he's like, I don't care. They're not getting sick. I'm not dealing with this shit. And I've been confined to my room. Today was my first day that I was let out this afternoon, right before Heather came. I wasn't even allowed out earlier today.
Yeah.
He sent me back to my room.
And then as soon as I realized that I was already getting sick, which Jenna did not get me sick,
no,
by the way.
haven't. See, yeah, my mother-in-law got me sick.
My daughter got me sick. She got
so
sick
hopefully
from
we
school.
don't give each other what we each have because it's different. And hopefully we don't get each other sick twice as long.
No, I'm saying that I think that we're going to cancel each other out. Like,
oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyways, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, like us on all the socials, listen to us, share with your friends, email us at conspiraciesunlocked@gmail.com. If you have any fan theories about any TV shows or you want me to go dig deep into one, let me know. I would be happy to. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great night. Bye.